Hey fam, this is Tommy. I've given up on the live cast. It's past 6 o'clock, and they just don't have their act together here. So I'm gonna record this and post it up, and however long it takes to upload, it takes. Okay, so this is day 2. Day 1 was reading the introductions to both books, and doing a lifetime warm up at 120. Today you're going to do another lifetime warm up, but basic again at 125. All right, and that's it. Let's get to your assignments right now. All right, so you're going to take your Great Hands book. Okay, take the Great Hands book. You've already read the first 17 pages. That was the introduction. Page 18 is rebound stroke exercises. So 17 talks about rebounds. 18 are the exercises. There are 4 of them. Okay, now there's going to be 2 camps of people: Great Hands veterans and people who are new to the program. People who are new to the program are going to go to the rebound section of the download or the DVD, and you're going to do that chapter of the video. Exactly what I do everything that I say. Look at the exercises with the drum circle. And you're going to play those 4 exercises. Now, the reason that we're going to be doing this, now this is white belt work. We call it white belt work. It's basic work, okay? And black belt is just another rank. It doesn't mean you're done. And when you're a black belt, nobody's above white belt work. So no matter how good you are going to do these exercises because they're good for you. Now, the reason we're doing them is because the lifetime warm-up is a routine. And if you play that routine with crappy technique that doesn't evolve and change, all you're doing is reinforcing bad technique, right? That's the bad news about routine. If you're not careful of the quality, you're just making things worse. Now, you could have bad technique and it will evolve over time as long as it's evolving. So everybody's going to do 1 through 4 and they're going to look at their technique and they're going to really get inside there. Okay? And they're going to see whether or not you picked up some bad habits. Purity of stroke. Technique should be transparent. Technique is about subtraction, keeping your hands soft, air in the back, sound in the front. All these things that are in the program. Doesn't hurt anybody to do a refresher too. Go back and do that chapter again. Okay? I do this all the time with piano, by the way. You know, because I'm not a professional piano player by any means. So what I do is I keep going back and I shore up the foundation all the time. I'm doing it with my drumming. I'm doing it with piano. I'm doing it with anything. Great baseball hitters will hit off a tee. The batters will hit off a tee. And it sounds crazy because it's tee ball, but it's for purity of stroke. Manny Ramirez, one of the greatest hitters, was adamant about checking the purity of his stroke off a tee. This is the same kind of work right here. Okay, so we did all that reading. Now we get to play. So you do those first 4. Everybody's on their own on that. Okay, now you're going to take out Groove Essentials 1 and your blank manuscript book. Okay, and we're going to talk about something that I've been noticing for a while, and that is how people are terrible at writing music. Now, some people out there have already emailed me and they say, I don't read. Can I join? I don't read. And the answer is absolutely. And I say, do you want to read? And almost everybody says yes. And almost everybody says, I had a teacher who just made me hate it when I was a kid or something. And I have the opposite reputation for reading. I infect everybody with excitement about reading because reading, first of all, is impossibly easy. Now I'm going to say that again. Easy. It is. Can you count to 4? You can read. Boom. There it is. We're done. If it's not presented with that absolute simplicity, then you're doing calculus and you're not reading. So one of the things I am good at, there's not a lot, but one of the things I am good at is presenting information without clutter. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now, this is not a reading course, but I can get anybody up and functional with basic rhythms just in the work that we're going to do. Okay? Don't let anybody ever tell you, okay, so to me, this is like traditional and matched. There is no such debate as traditional and matched. I don't engage in that argument because to engage in it is to validate it. So I never engage in it. So when people say, oh man, reading's not important, and I say, Listen, I don't try to change anybody's mind. I'm not getting into any kind of dogfight. I know what's up. If somebody wants to make pretend that, like, guys like Dennis Chambers don't read. Buddy Rich didn't read. These are geniuses amongst us. Don't compare yourself. That'd be a tragic, tragic mistake. Okay? And I see it happen all the time. Mortals like us, we need all the help we can get. And if you ever want to make a list of guys who don't read, the guys who do read, the guys who do read are going to 50 million times more than the guys who don't read. Because nobody wants to be illiterate. You will never find anyone, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this, okay? You will never find a small subset of people in a activity championing illiteracy than you will amongst musicians. More than any other artistic discipline. Can you imagine going anywhere and saying, man, don't read, it's going to ruin your mind, your creativity. Don't read. Your mind's not that frail, trust me. And actually, your senses, unlocking the senses with reading. You'll talk to anybody who reads. I do it all the time. Seeing a complex figure actually written down. I can hear it. I know what it is. I don't have to write it down. I write it down because I want to see what it looks like. It's like a complex word. Say a word that has a funny spelling. Write it down. You look at the word. It's like in the pencil to paper. It actually makes you appreciate the word more. So I am not out to change anybody's mind, but I am definitely going to prevent yours from being polluted. Learn to read. You don't have to be a great reader. You don't have to read Frank Zappa stuff. That's not. Everybody thinks reading and they go right to black page. It's not even close to reality. You want to hear something really, really amazing? Here, this is the truth, the God's honest truth. Almost every chart you see in a big band, guys who are reading, in a big band, and even like symphonies, like, the percussion parts, unless it's like something like really, if we're talking like middle school rhythms. True. Jazz charts don't get above an eighth note usually. It's how many different ways can you fillet an eighth note? There's a lot of drama for no reason about reading, and I'm determined to solve that with the second IGO challenge. And I'm going to let you in on some of the techniques. This is also for the teachers out there. I share these with you because what a dick I would be if I kept them to myself. I'm going to share these techniques with you. Hopefully you can use them in your own teaching. Now, here's my thing about reading and writing, is that most people avoid it because they suck at it, especially the writing part of writing music. And the reason you suck at it is because you don't do it. Okay? Now, my manuscript sucks. My manuscript is not great at all. I have no visual talent whatsoever. My sister got all the visual. I got all the music. My other sister, she got all the brains. We all have like one thing, and I can't even draw a stick man, and which is cool, because it all goes in my ears. But I can write well enough to get my ideas down. Here, let me show you something. I'll give you a little bit of a behind the scenes moment here. This is, these are the Dead Sea Scrolls here. This is Groove Essentials 2, Book 1. So I write the entire Groove Essentials book by hand. All right, so here's Groove 58. Here's the chart. There's the things that you see, the grooves are on top. There's the chart underneath it, right? And this whole book, so there's like 5 of these books that are just full of my writing, and I give them to an engraver. And the reason I do that, and the reason that you see a lot of people still use a pen, a pencil to paper, is because there's something organic about the physicality of being able to scribble, erase. It's touch, music is touch. It's not just sound, it's feel. And the pencil to paper has a feel to it. And the other thing too is that you should know that I'm a total tech nerd, and there isn't one thing anybody can say to me. This feels really good, actually. I know everything that's going on in technology in the music world. I have been, since I got my first computer in the 1980s, had MIDI on it, and we were doing Notator, and it just grew. It's the same. We're living in the same thing. It's musicians using tools to make music, except the tools can just do so much more now. That's all. It's still the same thing. We're still musicians making music with tools that happen to have AC running through them. So the reason I can move off of Logic and Pro Tools and produce on both of those and engineer on both of those and work the programs and spit out a product is because of this. This is my foundation. You see where I'm going with this? So foundational elements across all disciplines. So when you have a foundation that's rock solid in all disciplines, that makes you solid. So the bells and whistles will change. The computers change. Things look a little different. But it's still one goal: making music. That's why Groove Essentials will never go out of style, because there's nothing stylistic about them. It's meat and potatoes without any seasoning on it whatsoever. As the years go on, the seasonings, the tastes change. I didn't want to write a book that had something in it that was going to be obsolete in 20 years. I wanted to make a book that was literally a loaf of bread that anybody can take and make the sandwich that they want in any era, either now or 100 years from now. It has nothing to do with style. It has nothing to do with era. It's right down the center. So, bringing all that stuff back to writing, we want to have a foundation that's solid, and this is how we're going to do it. All right? Here's your assignment. So get a blank piece of paper, get your manuscript book out. Told you to get a manuscript book. We're going to fill that sucker up, okay? Get a blank piece of paper. Boom. Now, the way you learn how to write is not by writing your shit. It's by writing somebody else's who knows how to write. So your first assignment, and this is for everyone within the sound of my voice who is doing the IGO challenge. Nobody is above this. And if you don't want to do it, that's your decision. I'm never going to beg anybody to get better, ever. I'm never going to beg anybody to improve. But I want you to know that anybody who doesn't want to do this is not doing it because of fear. Fear that your writing is going to look like a kindergartner. And it is. It's going to suck. You have to suck first, and then it gets better. Mine still looks like a second grader, so I'm still fighting that battle. So don't worry, get over yourself. You know what I mean? Okay, anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to write this page exactly as we see it, and we're going to write it into our book. Okay? So you're going to write, I'm going to show you what's going on here. I'm going to go down here. Boom. So you can see I have Groove Essentials Groove 1 Slow open on this side over here, right? And I have my blank manuscript here. So I'm gonna look at the top. I'm gonna say Groove 1 Slow. And now I'm gonna write the main groove first, okay? And I can see that there's X's along the hi-hat. So I'm gonna write those X's out first. Now there's 8 of them because those are eighth notes. All right, get it? Eighth, okay? And now they have little stems. And then they get bars across the top, grouped in 4 notes each. So I'm just looking at what I see, and I'm copying it exactly, okay? Now the bass drum's down here, pointed down, so I write a little note head, just like I see it. And now the snare is tucked in underneath the hi-hat on beat 2, all right? I make that right there. And there's another bass drum on beat 3. And there's another snare drum on beat 4. Boom, smack. What do you not understand, the boom or the smack? All right, and there's a little quarter note rest on 2 and 4, indicating that the bass drum does not play on those beats. So look what I just made. I just made 1 bar. Look at that. Okay, I made 1 crappy bar. There it is. All right. So now the other thing I'm going to want to put in is everything I see. So I put I'm going to put a bar line in front and the time signature, which is 4-4. Okay, and then the notes. So now you see I added my time signature, my bar line before the time signature, and now I finished that bar, so I'm going to put a bar line after it, just like I see in front of me. I'm going to do exactly what I see. Okay? Let's see here. Hang on. I'm trying to see if I can hear. There we go. Boom. Is that boom? Yeah. Boom. Doing it backwards. Boom, smack, boom, smack. And on the smacks, you can see how there's a quarter note rest, meaning the bass drum doesn't play. So everybody who doesn't read, you know that you just played on beat 1, and then the bass drum rested on beat 2. That's what that is. And then it plays again on beat 3, and then it rests on beat 4. You just learned how to read, okay? This is how you teach a child how to read. You don't teach a child like the hand and book and all these different things. You say, hey, look at this. Go boom, 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 boom. And then that's how my dad taught me. My dad literally taught me and he said, look, this is what you're doing. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. And I went, oh, wow, cool. And I didn't know what the hell he meant. And it didn't matter. I was 5 years old. And he being an excellent master educator, knew that I didn't need to know any more than that. I was a little kid. All that knowledge would be coming in on its own from the lessons that were coming up. Now I'm finishing up the second bar, just like I see it on the page, and I put a double bar at the end, indicating that we are done. And there we go. Look at that. And now I have 2 bars, and that's the main groove. I just wrote the main groove out. Now you go down to variation A. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do this right now, but you write out variation A, just like you see in the book, and you're going to write variation B, and then you're going to go down to skip a line and write the word chart, and you're going to write the chart exactly like you see it. Exactly. Same number of bars. Every single thing I wrote, you're going to write in your book, in your hand. Understand? That's how that's going to go. You're going to do that for your day 2 assignment. And your other part of your assignment is to play Groove 1 on the kit. Okay? This went a little bit longer than I thought. I'm going to have to chop it into half, it looks like. But that's it, guys. That's your day 2 assignment. So you're going to take that, right there, and you're going to literally write this page, the notes. You don't have to write the words, the explanation text at the bottom. Only write the 3 grooves and the chart. And you're going to write that in your manuscript book, in your best manuscript that you can. And if you haven't written before, it is going to look absolutely terrible. And I want you to embrace that. Embrace it. Absolutely embrace it. It's okay. It's okay. I guarantee you, mine was worse. I guarantee you, mine was worse than yours. I'll bet almost 99% of you can draw a stick man better than I can. So your manuscript is going to look better than mine. Trust me, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. All right, that's our day 2, fam. I will see you tomorrow for day 3, and I am freaking hoping for some internet so we can go live. See you guys later. Bye. Hey, wait a minute. Whoa. Cap. Are you going to say hi? What's going on? Hey. Are you sad? Come on, let's go play some ball. Come on. You want to go to the park? Come on. That got his attention. Cap, you want to go to the park? What's going on? Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Good luck with your assignment. And I'll have more for you. There's a lot of stuff I'm unveiling as we go through. We're only on day 2. We got 98 left, so take it easy. See you later.